Welcome back everybody, I hope you enjoyed the videos and I want to pick up from the last video that I made. If you haven't seen it, I'll put a link down below for it, but it was the flight simulator experience in the F4 Phantom. This was absolutely epic. I loved this day. I flew in a simulator that was made by the RAF back in 1985, I believe. It cost them £10 million at the time. I want to compare that simulator to Microsoft Flight Simulator on the Xbox. I haven't even got a PC, I'm doing it on the Xbox. It's going to be the Xbox S and we're going to see how the two compare. Now, the simulator was exactly how it was back in the 1980s. So the graphics are nowhere near the same as what they will be on today's computers. However, they were really, really good for the time. What I want to say about the guys at Aerospace Experience Flight Simulators is they are going to be upgrading the F4 Phantom so you can actually play it as it was back in the day in 1985 like I flew, or they're going to do photorealistic simulation. The other thing is they told me that they had dumbed down the sensitivity and the realism of the Phantom so it would be easier for everybody else to fly. So what I want to do on the Microsoft Flight Simulator, I'm going to put everything up to maximum. I'm going to put it on the hardest so it's supposed to be as close to flying a Phantom as we can. And we're just going to compare the two. Guys, I'm no fast jet pilot, so it's just my experience, basically having fun and seeing what I feel and which one is the best of the two. So let's go, let's hop on. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this, so we'll see how it all goes. So guys, we've got the actual simulator on the left. We've got the Microsoft Flight Simulator here. We're going to depart from EGPD, which is Aberdeen Airport, which is exactly the same as the real simulator as well. If we look in the cockpits, they are pretty much the same. I'm just going to scroll down here so we can see everything down in the cockpit and scroll out. There we go. So as you can see, very, very similar. Throttles in the same place, control column. This is the American version. The British version has a little thing on the end there. Landing gears in the same place, tail hooks in the same place, parking brake is in the same place as well. Startup procedure is very, very similar. However, we're not going to go through that today because we didn't do that on the simulator, but we could cover that in another video. If you want to, let me know, pop it in the comments down below. Right, I am going to zoom back in. And we're going to take this baby up in the sky and we're going to see what it's like in comparison. So I'm going to play the video of me flying the simulator just so we've got something to compare it to. Then we've took the parking brake off. There we go. We're going to go on to full throttle like we are in the simulator there. We're going to see the comparisons on the screen. Speed, how I take off. If you look here, I took off very similar to what I did on the simulator. Gear up, just like there, same time. And we're gonna, I think we're just slightly over a little bit more in the actual simulator. I wonder what the speeds are like and whether we can hit the coast at the same time that we do in the actual simulator. I'm going to bring the throttle back, so about 80, see where it ends, 73%, there we go, 70%, we'll keep it on 70%. If we see in the simulator now we've already hit the coastline, well we haven't here, and I know we didn't go full afterburner to the coast, so there's a discrepancy between one or the other. But so far very similar. I thought the scene was very, very detailed in that simulator. It was really good. Okay, let's put the afterburners on. Let's hit the coast here. go. One thing I did say is this simulator has been dumbed down quite a lot compared to the Microsoft Flight Simulator. I have all the settings on high to ultra realistic. Now, let's go outside the cockpit. What happens is the Phantom is susceptible to something called adverse yaw, which makes the plane really unstable. So if you watch, if I can do it, there we go. See, look, we're almost in an uncontrollable spin. It did correct itself then. Okay. So there we go, we're in an uncontrollable spin here, and one of the ways apparently to get out of this is just by a bit of rudder. There we go, we're properly in a spin now. Okay, so we're 4,000, can I recover it? 3,000, there we go, so we're recovered. Now, took a little bit to get into that, but this wouldn't happen in that simulator on the settings that it's at the moment. I could not. I tried a little bit, couldn't get that to happen. And also the simulator, you can't roll, or you can't loop either, as you can in this. There we go, full loop. So I really do think if we could set the simulator limits to ultra realistic, then there wouldn't be much difference. I think the way this handles, it handles very similar. Although without being in that cockpit, there's no comparison. You can't compare the two at all. So we're going to compare the landings now. So in the real simulator, I found it easy to land. However, I don't know if that is because it was all dumbed down and the fact that there was no indication whether you broke landing gear, it didn't say you died on the screen or anything like that. It was just, it landed, made a noise and it landed. So I felt my landing was quite heavy in the simulator, and I think the back end of the simulator in the control room, they can tell you all the angles you've come in at, how fast, how steep, blah, blah. So I think they can look at that data and it will tell you what's happened. However, I didn't get any of that feedback and I don't know how it went. So it just felt like I had an easy landing. So we're going to see and compare what it's like on this now. So here we go on the approach. I've put the engines back to around about 30%. I'm going to deploy brakes. Here we go. We're looking pretty good actually. Maybe a little bit more power, Pull back a little bit more. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, I'm coming in. Oh, I've come in too early. Okay. But we made it. And the simulator would tell me if I had broke my gear. So we've managed to take off and land first time on the simulator. If you look at my approach, it was a lot better. Not perfect. Bouncing a little bit. So guys, that was a lot harder than the real simulator to land. Maybe because we just get a bit more feedback from this simulator than we do the other one. But let's go and talk about it and discuss what happened. That wasn't easy. So in comparison to flying the real simulator to flying Microsoft Flight Simulator was so much harder with them settings on hard. I imagine we're close to what it would be like to fly a real one in Microsoft Flight Simulator. However, the overall experience and being inside that cockpit, the smell, the graphics for the day totally beat Microsoft Flight Simulator. I would be in the other one all the time. It would be nice to see a modern platform in there, which I know the guys said they're going to be working on in the new year. So fingers crossed to that. That would be really cool. We're going to get some more videos of that simulator. If you want to see more, we're going to do some more. We're going to do some aircraft carrier landings in the real simulator. We'll probably see if we can get some bad weather. I'll see what we can get out of it, and I'll ask him what we can do. But if you want to see that, please pop it down below in the comments. Guys, also, if you want to book onto the real simulator, I'll put a link down below as well, and it's definitely worth a try. You've got to get on there. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to go and we'll do some more of these videos. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.